ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Zac Amico and Vito Trigo, stars of Return to Nuke'em High, as well as RumbleCon, and I believe both of you are in Space Team as well. Is that correct?
Science team, buddy. But yeah,
Science
you're right.
Team. Science Team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
So, how are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good. Doing good.
Very good, pal. Thanks for having us on, brother.
Yeah.
No problem. So, how did you two meet since you seem to be in each other's stuff all the time?
Oh, what is the story of how we met? I mean,
We're actually, I was an intern at Trauma around the time Vito was in the Trauma movie Mr. Bricks, a heavy metal murder musical, which was produced by Justin Martell, who later went on to produce Return to Nuke'em High Volume 1 and 2, which we both wound up getting cast in. We met on set, and we realized the other one both liked
professional wrestling.
pro wrestling, and we had very few people to talk about that with sometimes.
Well, it was actually he made a comment because I got cast, he got cast, he went up to Buffalo where the movie was filmed, and then like I was waiting for a few weeks to come up, and he made a comment on a Facebook picture I put up of my DVD collection, and he pointed out that I had Great American Bash as part of my DVD collection, and he was like, "You're a wrestling fan?" And that's where it kind of started.
Yeah, and then we wound up when we were up making Return to Nuke'em High. He and I had the great pleasure of sleeping next to each other on the floor for 2 months, and that's where all great friendships are formed.
Well, because we had the bond in professional wrestling. So if there's someone I want to, hang out with or be near, it's another wrestling fan. Because wrestling fans get each other.
Exactly.
So you want to stick with your with your peoples.
I will agree with that, being a wrestling fan myself. So, now was Science Team the first one, the first collaboration you two did, or did you do RumbleCon first?
Actually, Return to Nuke'em High was first for us.
Yeah.
And then Vito got cast in Drew Bolduc's Science Team, which I was lucky enough to go up and get to do 2 days on. And then RumbleCon was actually conceived and directed by Seeger Harrison Dixon, who was the art director on Return to Nuke'em High, and he wrote that movie for us based on our friendship.
Also, art direction on Science Team as well.
Yes.
All right. Has your ribs recovered, Zach? Because it looked like one of the splashes you took broke your ribs.
No, I just thought I pooped myself. That guy's a real wrestler. His wrestling name is Lucifer Darkside. He's an indie wrestler here in New York City, and I don't want to say he was 500 pounds, but he was about 489 about at the time.
Well, if he is, he's 489 pounds of pure sweetness. The man is sweet.
Yeah,
Very
and
sweet.
That's not because he's made of chocolate. No, yeah, I took a big splash on concrete the second day of filming, and it was a tough one.
So, what was it like being in a trauma film?
I mean, they have all the documentaries about how crazy it is and how people are being mistreated or something. People say they're being mistreated. I didn't experience any of that. Really, it was a nice little vacation for me. That's me. That's my personal take on it. That's Vito Trigo's version of it. It was just a nice little vacation. I had fun. It was actually, we went to war a little bit, but hey, it's fun. It was fun for me. I mean, there was some craziness you had to deal with, but that's movie making.
Mm-hmm.
That's because Vito wasn't on the production side of things.
Uh-huh.
I was in the AD department on Return to Nuke'em High, and it was basically I came back from the movie and it was like I was shell shocked, like I got back from Vietnam. I think I had on a necklace of ears of PAs I had to fire. It was rough and tumble and crazy and a lot of yelling but hey, we got 2 great movies out of it. But
well, like the wonderful thing about the movie that isn't like it's an elements. It's like the underline of the movie is that there are friendships, lasting friendships that were created during that movie, like me and him. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't live together before the movie. We became friends on the movie. Then we became really close friends. And then, so the situation came up and Zach needed a roommate. I was looking for a place, but it's a relationship that developed because of the movie.
yeah, and not to knock being on trauma. I mean, I was a trauma intern. I was a trauma fan since I'm 13 years old. So my entire reason I went to film school was to be a trauma filmmaker, and I got to do. I mean, and I got to be in the upper echelon, the brain trust, if you will, of two Troma features. So it was wonderful.
Now, are you guys involved with the pickups, I guess, for Return to Nukem High Volume 2? Because that's still in post, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in post production. I've shot a few pickup shots for it. A vast majority of it has been shot. They are still adding some stuff, just to make sure people are satiated after the long wait. So there's going to be a lot more boobs, a lot more blood, a lot more great effects. People are going to be really excited about it. I've seen some of the pickup shots. I've seen some of the stuff that's been edited together already. It's been really, really fun. In fact, I actually just shot my last pickup shot about a week and a half ago. I am now wrapped.
Now, you guys both ended up going to Cannes, didn't you, for the Occupy Cannes?
Oh,
was it
no, just I went to.
Just you?
Just I was involved in the Occupy Cannes movement.
What was it like going to Cannes? I'm sorry, Vito.
Hey, it's all good.
I
I kept the home fires burning.
Yeah. Somebody had to watch the cats.
Exactly.
Cannes was a lot of fun. It was everything I was hoping it would be. I especially loved All the Love You Can growing up. That was probably one of the Troma movies I watched the most. So to go out there and partially live that for a week and change was bananas. And it was so fun because I was out there with Doug Sackman, who's one of my favorite people in the world, and doing what I had grown up watching him do, raising hell in front of all these millionaires and billionaires and Hollywood hotshots. I got to do some really cool stuff. I streaked the Great Gatsby premiere, and that was super fun. I did a bunch of hell-raising Troma stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And then to get to watch the Kaufman daughters, Charlotte and Lisbeth, sort of that was them coming out of their shells, taking the reins of some of these Troma productions. Watching them, blossom into these artists was really cool as well.
I have heard a rumor that there may or may not be a dance involved in Return to Nukem High 2. Now, were both of you were involved in that at the Museum of Modern Art, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bubba.
What do you want me to say about that?
I mean, there's screenshots online.
Yeah,
and,
there's a video online.
In the there's a video, and then in the one of the teasers for Volume 2, there is a brief clip of the Bollywood dance scene. So I don't think we're pulling any Avengers level spoilers here. So yes, there is a big Bollywood dance number at some point in Volume 2, and Mr. Trigo and I are both featured pretty heavily in it. Not because we're handsome and not because we're talented, because we're hardworking sons of bitches.
And we can move our hips very well.
That's true, because he's Latin and I'm gay.
No.
It was funny though, because that was actually a scene that wasn't. We weren't gonna do it. It was like scrapped when we first initially went.
Yeah.
And then we filmed that scene like close to a year after filming was done, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in the original script and kind of did not make the great embargo of production. But then they got a little more money together. They got the right people together to shoot it, and that is a scene in the movie, and you're gonna have to watch my big ass do some moves, man.
Is there anything that you haven't shown on film, Zach?
No, not to this point. I think I'm
just a big naked baby.
Yeah,
it doesn't faze me at all. I mean, personally, it's like naked baby.
Yeah, I've been taking my dick out for the better part of a decade. Finally there was just a camera around this time.
I have to say, you're probably the first dick ever seen on my HD TV for the Return to Nukem High 2 trailer.
Well,
that's something.
You're welcome. And that's it's important to me that it's good that you started small. Now you can build your way up to like a John Hamm type fucking swinging monster. But yeah, it's like you're getting your TV slowly used to dicks. It's like when a competitive eater eats grapes the night before the contest.
Now, did both of you voice your characters in Return to Nukem High, or did they dub them?
We voiced our characters. We voiced them.
Yeah, Vito and myself in Volume 2. The singing done by the Cretans.
Oh,
those are dubbed by a very talented barbershop quartet who did all those custom for the movie. So none of the sing. I tried really hard to get a song that I sang myself in Volume 2, and Lloyd nixed it.
I thought you did a really good job on set. Oh, it was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, I was nixed though, so a professional singer was dubbed over me. I may or may, you know what? I'll say they said it in Q&A's before. I sing the national anthem naked in Volume 2.
Yeah.
Ah, wow. So, do you guys have any other projects coming up?
Pigpen by Jason Koch. I got Banjo by Liam Regal. It's actually premiering in Cannes right now. What do you go for?
Yeah, right now it's the big thing waiting out for me is Occupy Can. I think that's the most fun thing I'm excited about is our documentary. It's gonna be coming out in the fall. As well as I am a comedian, so I have a weekly show at Bar None here in New York City on 12th and 3rd. And then I actually just got my podcast, the Real Ass Podcast, signed to dailymotion.com, and they broadcast us live every single Friday, and I interview comedians.
Nice. Now, is there anything you guys would want to promote other than Banjo? And actually, I have a question. Sorry.
Yep.
For Zach, you did 2 films that I forgot to mention earlier. I think it's Frankensluts, and didn't you do like Psycho Hookers from Planet Fucktard?
Yeah, those are 2 movies I actually made when I was still in college. Schizoid Sluts from Planet Fucktard and Frankensluts. And those are written, directed, scored, everything by me. Trauma has acquired both of them pretty recently. Frankensluts should be coming out as a digital download around the same time Return to Nuke'em High Volume 2 comes out. And they're very, very ultra no budget sci-fi sexploitation slashers that I'm very, very proud of. As well as I made another feature that's kind of gotta know somebody, i.e. gotta know me for a DVD. I made a feature called Mickey Maniac that has some really cool people in it, like Robin Watkins, who's the general from Poltergeist, and a few other really cool actors. And that's a feature I made about an animator who gets fired and goes crazy and kills everyone in his office dressed like Mickey Mouse.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
It's all right. I made that one for about $1,200, so it's very, very low budget, but it's pretty fun. The gore's okay, and there's some real good looking girls in it.
So, is there anything you guys would like to promote before I let you, or say before I let you go?
No, I think that's everything that's going on. It's worth mentioning at the moment that I can think of.
Oh yeah. If you want to see our movie RumbleCon, for those who have not had the privilege to see it yet, it's our short film about it's a pro wrestling buddy comedy. Feel free to look us up on Facebook, Zac Amico, Vito Trigo. Look me up on Twitter at ZacIsNotFunny, and message me. I'll be happy to send you a Vimeo link if you want to watch it. We are available. We are ready to work. So if you are making a horror movie, if you're making a drama, if you're making a comedy, you got 2 talented, beautiful best friends who can play anything from a superhero like Vito just did in Wrath of the Blood Angel, directed by Justin Morales.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Justin.
Which I also have a fight scene in with Vito. To pro wrestlers, to stand-up comedians, we can do it all. Come book us. We'll come do your movie.